Oh,
No,
no.
we're not choosing violence again.
We're gonna behave today. I promise.
I don't promise nothing.
He's going off of blood.
Nice. Oh, sure.
Mhm.
We're gonna be first. All good. You're not wrong.
One might even say he's right.
Huh.
That's super funny. Hush is gonna fart later. Smoke cloud's gonna come out the back. We're like, wait, what's going on right now?
Mm.
Ralph is cracking booze mid title. Nice, nice. Yes, I never had this before. We're to start by saying what we're all drinking. Osh, you're below me right now. Osh, what are you drinking?
Working. Then get that.
Hey, keep there. I see my man is here.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Now they can hear everybody, right?
All right. Start over.
Yeah.
All right. Now that you can hear us, welcome everybody to the Versus System two-player card game Midwinter 2024 recap with Let's Get Dangerous.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Yeah, we
Did it
got.
in one breath too. I like that.
I gotta. I've been working on my breathing to make sure that I can commentate
Mhm.
longer. You know what I'm saying? Can you guys not hear it? There, yeah, there. Okay, we're fixed. All right, good, good. All right.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
I go. You guys normally. Oh, I have. That's right. I have to re-say our names. So you got Jose, you got Ralph, and you got Patrick. And for tonight, Patrick is going to be your MC because I'm too tired for this shit.
Pretty sweet.
All
Pretty
right.
sweet. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled and honored. So Osh is drinking what?
H2O.
There we go. Ralph, what are you drinking?
Some wine.
Classy, classy. Jose, what are you drinking?
More protein.
It best not be that bath salt protein you were drinking last time.
That's why we got the zombie set. We got the zombie set right after he did that, bro.
For me, I was telling the guy, a peppermint white Russian, also known as a Lebowski Christmas.
Very nice. Very nice. Now I feel left out. I feel like I should go get a protein shake or something.
Don't worry. Patrick and I are drinking for the both of you.
Actually, matter of fact, yo, where's my Fairlife? I'll be right back. Go ahead. You can
Yeah, this
start,
guy.
Mo. You can start.
So let's see. Midwinter 2024. So day one, Ralph, do you want to remind me what the format was?
Day one was the team battle.
Big team battles, that's right. So who was on what team? Remind me.
It was between Team Mitch and Team Whitman.
Whitman. And you
And
guys
I was on Team Mitch. Jose, which one you was on again?
Team Mitch.
Team
Yeah.
Mitch. And then Ash was on which team actually? Unfortunately, we had a member out of the group.
One man
Right,
left
Ash,
behind.
you was on Team Wit, right?
Team. Yeah. I was the first pick. Yeah.
Hey.
Naturally. So let's see. Jose, why don't you take us through that day? Your matches that day.
I have no idea what I did that day. I played Brian Danielson just because I knew that was the thing I wanted to play at Midwinter because I didn't think the AEW guys could stand up for the incursion. Or was that incursion? Yeah, it was incursion. Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Uh,
It wasn't encouraging. The team battle was supposed to be open book, and you
No,
know,
for Saturday.
He's saying
Like, I know I was going to play Saturday, so I said, screw it. I'm just going to play it on Friday because I literally have nothing else. So I played it. I remember I played Scott in one of the rounds. I don't know how it went, but he was playing King, and it's AEW. I was just able to hit him 3 times, 3 turns before he could pull out another King. So that was it.
pull out another one.
he's dead by turn 2.
Yeah. Played Mike Mulholland, and then he was playing Dutch, I believe, and he just hit for 4 turns in a row, and then he negative zoned me 4 times, and I died.
Damn, 4 times?
4 times because it was 2 times, and then whatever the 8 drop that brings back all your resources, and he brought them back, and it was another
Yeah,
2
my
times.
heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, my heart. Ooh, that's dirty.
Oh no!
It is what it is, and that's an open format for you, right?
He sounds salty.
I remember I played Tevin, and this fool, he pulls out rescue on turn 2, Odin behind him, and then he just blasts me for like 7 million turns in a row. And then every turn when I try to attack, he's like rescue armor, rescue armor. He had like 6, 7 locations.
And they were all blues. They were all
You
the
know,
blues.
they're all blue. No, never had blues. He had the greens or whatever color. Then he had the like it was like 5 or 6 turns in a row of just straight up. Meanwhile, Odin's just slapping me from the back, and I'm just like, please stop.
And he's getting counters too, right? All against counters, you just get hurt. Right?
Game counters. I mean, I think I was able. I think at one moment he played Huey's dad, which gave him 2 additional turns, and then I think turn 1 and 2, I was able to put some wounds on him because I think I had like a couple of darks to sneak behind. But after that, it was just Tevin hurt me.
Rescue armor was like, nah, chill.
Anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Stop it, Odin. So those are the 3 I remember. I don't honestly remember the oh, I did play excuse me, I think I played Ryan Mulholland as well. Mike's son, right? And he was playing the mayor. And that was fun. I just try to discard as many cards as I could from his hand as possible. Before I just did not want him to have the token on turn 5, because if he did, before turn 5 I would have lost, right? I needed him to level up, and then once he leveled up a 30-30, luckily he didn't draw it, and that's just all it was, is lucky he didn't draw it.
Mhm.
And then I was 30 damage is not rough for AEW. They just get in there, they swing, and that was easy. You know?
That fearless, no joke.
Yeah, it was literally whether he drew the token or not. Because if he drew the card for the token or whatever it's called, I would have never had a chance. Oh, of course, how do I forget? Last round was against my buddy Diego. That was actually round 2, Diego, and he was playing Joseph, which was a variation that him and I put together in the morning. And this shit was close. I took a picture of it because it was ridiculous. Like, turn 1, he froze me, and I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't get to his main. He got an XP. Turn 2, I forget what happened. Turn 3, I think, was like a Jessica. Like, it literally came down to me having, like, I think, like 6 or 7 attackers on turn 4 or 5. If I didn't have that, and I needed literally every one of those. If that attack failed, that last attack failed, then he would have leveled up, and he would have, I the game was gone because most of my board got stunned that turn, and I would have just. It literally was like you think that AEW will blow out Joseph, but with Shadowcat, Shocks, Iceman, stuff like that, that shit
absolutely not.
was close.
Yeah, that deck is very defensive. Very defensive. I had to play against it later in the rounds too, so that was a very defensive deck.
Yeah,
All he has to
it's
do
a
is
very
level. Once he levels, he's a one-man army. Like,
Literally.
If he leveled, I would have easily 100% lost it. I think I had like 1 or 2 cards in my hand that were worthless. So yeah, I mean that was just a fun one. That was good times. GG's to everyone I played, even Tevin, you and your 6 locations with the rest of you. Much love, buddy. Yeah.
What was
So
what was your record on the game tank?
I think I went 3-2. So
was it 5 rounds?
the two, yeah, I think it was 5 rounds. I think I went 3-2, and the 2 people that I lost to were Mike with quadruple negative zone, and then Tevin with the rescue that I couldn't get past. But yeah, go AEW.
Go AEW indeed. This is the shirt I bought off Wildwire, and it finally came while I was like on vacation. I was like, yes, Danielson for the win.
There you go.
Ralph, take us through your day.
So first round, it was some shenanigans. I don't know. I think it was a setup. I had to play against Osh first round. The odds of that first round.
Yeah, round
I'm
one.
like, wow. Round one. So Osh was playing Kingpin, correct, right?
Yeah.
And I was playing good old Kang, right? Yeah, I was playing Kang. And basically, it was a race to get the resources,
Yeah.
trying to get to 7 before he levels up. I had Jessica Jones, and that kind of locked him out a little bit.
A little bit.
And
It
but
was
he was
literally the reason why you got it, bro.
yeah, a little bit. But hey, I'm gonna tell you later that Jessica Jones is a double-edged sword. I got hurt from Jessica Jones myself, my own Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
So, I was able to dupe loop him and take the win. Now this is funny. Round 2, I had to play against PJ. So I'm all setting up. Boom, boom, boom. He pulls out. I'm get set up. So he was playing Valkyrie, originally Valkyrie. So he won the die roll. He went first, and then he drops down Cypher. I'm like, whoa, wait, I know this. This looks familiar. Okay.
Yeah.
But I was like, I just confirmed the format. He's like, oh, he was playing his deck for the format later, Secret Wars. So I was like, can we switch it out? So he had a Venom deck, so he switched it out right then and there. So we were playing Venom. I did no wounds with him that whole match. But I was able to, I believe, get to turn 15 to get what's his name?
Beyonder.
But time was called, so I didn't have enough time. So he won because I had no wounds on him, and I had like I think 2 MCs out at that time. The third match I played. Who was I played? It was a Jamar, I believe. I think it was an AEW deck. From that, hold on, I'll tell you right now. Give me 1 second. It was probably.
Yeah, look at his notes in his phone.
No, I did a write up, so I'm
Yo,
trying to
on
see.
some real though, while he's looking for that,
Oh,
can we
round
just?
three, round three. I played against Diego and his Joseph, and basically he was able to level because Kang doesn't do anything. But unfortunately for Diego, he got 1 location the whole game. It was a green, so he blew my resource once, and I was able to stabilize, and I was able to get him to dupe loop. But it was very close. It went to time, but I got him with the last one at time. And then after that, I had to play Marcellus, and he explained it on the Team Apex blog, podcast, where basically it went back and forth. He was beating me up. I was top decking everything that I needed. I was like on my final wound, and on turn 15, I had Beyonder, and he had no deck and no hand at that point because Beyonder had the record ability, and I had 1 wound left. And he had no hand, no deck, and he had, from what I saw, he had nothing to get rid of Beyonder at the time, but time was called, so he got the L. I mean the win. I got the L. So and then the final round I had to play against. I think it was. I don't recall the final round. I apologize, but I got the win. I went 3-2 that tournament.
Yeah, but you forgot forgot the best part of your Marcellus match when you were duplicating.
The best part, because I was dupe looping Marcellus. He explained it in his podcast. I was dupe looping him, and that was what keeping me in the game for a long time. And I had Jessica Jones in the back row, and I don't recall how, but somehow he was able to go through and punch. Oh, he brought Jessica Jones to the front with a 6-drop Silver Samurai, and he teamed attack with Dakin, so I can't tough.
Yep.
And then he used the 4-drop that could clone people.
Astro made a clone of Jessica Jones.
Made a clone of Jessica Jones, and I was like, "Oh, there
so
goes
dirty.
And I had plenty of locations. I was like, I had it in the bag. I was like, all right, you don't have anything against
that is a pro play right there, bro. I'm sorry.
I was like, oh man, and he just at that point he was just beating me up until I had my 1-1 left, and then I top decked the Beyonder, and I'm like, oh, I got this. It's over, and then time. I was like.
Oh my God.
But it was definitely GG's for sure. But yeah, I went 3-2 that one. So what about you, Ash? How'd you do on that?
Man, listen, I just want to first talk about the teams. Like, I don't know if y'all saw the team list, but like, and I'm not saying anything against my team that I was picked first on, but I think I think we could have built a little better as a team as a whole. I think we could have got together and said, let's cheat a little bit, and it was fun. It was fun. I always enjoy the team battle, but this year I got smacked. As y'all heard, round one, I went against Ralph, and it was literally JJ. Like JJ was like, "Nah, you not taking over the world," and Kingpin was like, "Nah, I got somebody coming for that. Cosmo's coming." Cosmo was like, "Nah, I'm not coming. I'm not."
Cosmo was sleeping. Cosmo was hiding in that bed.
Cosmo was like, "Nah, I'm chilling, bro. Forget that. You didn't give me no kibble. Fuck you." So, round two, I was against Caitlyn, and she was playing Master Mode, and she saw like 2 Sentinels the entire game. So I was just like, I could just sit back and chill. Like I don't think she stunned Kingpin at all. And once I took over the world, I opened the bridge to Narnia and just got out every single.
You brought out the lion, the wig, and the wardrobe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that whole. I think I got off the rip. I got like 12 characters. No, I'm sorry. I got 8 characters off of that, and then she was just like, "Yeah, I don't want to play this game anymore." I was like, "I understand."
I don't want to play this one.
Yeah, I was good at Decker, but like at that point, it made no sense. That was just like win more. So I was just like, I'm just gonna. We're good.
You showed some mercy. It's okay.
Yeah, but then you know what I got for that? After I showed mercy to her, I played Vern in the next round, and he was playing She-Hulk, and she just had a field day. She was like, "Oh, you're not gonna even try to attack me? No problem." Yeah, she beat my face in. It was actually pretty sad. Kingpin was looking at her like, "Yo, I'm only supposed to lose to Daredevil, but I'm losing to the bitch he's sleeping with. This is bullshit." So,
Nice.
I actually I don't remember who else I played. I just remember losing. Like I remember it was really bad because I was under the impression the decks were supposed to be incursion. They were like incursion bands. So like I didn't have Wasp in the deck. I didn't have Iceman in the deck. I didn't have a lot of stuff because I thought it was supposed to be an incursion deck, and I got my face beaten in. Man.
Yeah, a lot of people did get confused that day about the format and what cards are and whatnot. So it was very understandable. It was very, very tricky.
It was my own fault. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say it's obviously fun having like multiple different events, but I almost wonder, and like this is like not, I'm throwing zero shade at anyone, but I almost wonder if it's easier with situations like that if it's like simpler formats, like like Children of the Atom, like it's like X-Men Brotherhood and like Sentinels or something like that. Like it's just like a couple different sets, like not like special band cards and stuff. If you do multiple events, like maybe simplify it a little bit because I'm sure it was a headache for the TO. Sure, like I'm sure you got million questions. Wait, is this legal for this? Yo, I made a document. Check it. But it's like I feel like simpler events might be the way to go.
Yeah, I would agree with you, and only because certain people like myself test for like every one. So like I got shit mixed up. I had how many decks? I think I had 21 decks for the weekend total, and I think like 6 of them were for the side events. So yeah,
Come on.
that
Yeah.
was just a mistake on my part, man. But like
Tough
shout outs.
juggling that many decks.
What was that?
This is tough juggling that many decks.
Yeah, exactly, right? Just juggling decks left and right. Nah. Sarah just looked at me like, "What?" Like,
What is he saying? Wait, what are we talking about?
What is he?
Was I saying? Oh, one thing I want to ask quick, Jose, what were your thoughts on She-Hulk? Vernon played She-Hulk to some success that weekend.
Well, I didn't see what was in his bill, but I like She-Hulk. She honestly, I think you can make her beat AEW. I think she has. It's a tough matchup. It's a quick matchup, but I think she has what it takes to beat AEW. Um, and yeah, she's sneaky because like she starts with the 2 wounds, but if you draw Hulk, then you're gonna level in the beginning of turn 2. So you're at what 6/6 on the beginning of turn 2. That's
with a
Yeah.
yellow, because she'd be like, "I got my yellow too, so you taking 2 wounds."
Yeah.
the green. Yeah, if you have the green, they're double wounding. She's stunning them. Yeah, it can get rough.
I'm lightly prodding you. I'm glad you've come around on her.
Listen. I'm on Jose's side here. I totally disregarded She-Hulk. Like, oh, she's trash. Not even looking at her. Trash. Until Vern showed me the way. See, I gotta stop doubting Vern. I talk so much junk at Gen Con about his mono Magneto, and I'm like, I ain't gonna top of Magneto. Like, get out of here. No, he shut me up real quick. And
Yeah,
I saw his She-Hulk, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna doubt you. I'm not gonna talk smack. I'm just gonna watch. And I learned. I was like, I understand.
Watch and learn.
I
Watch and
hadn't
learn.
seen that card literally until I sat across from him at Midwinter. I was like, well, She-Hulk, what does this do? And I literally read the card, and then I read the level 2, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna lose. Like immediately, I was just like, I'm gonna get my shit wrecked. Let's get it over with. Let's go. Yeah,
Like, I know.
Um,
Vern said he's gonna make like a deck tech, so I'm looking forward to it when he finally gets the chance to do it.
facts.
let's move on to the second event just to keep it going because I know Ralph has surgery in the morning and Osh is a wuss. Keep going.
Facts.
Second event was Worlds Collide. Yeah.
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 We'll start with
Everybody
Osh. We'll
goes
start with
for it.
We're gonna start with who? We're gonna start with me.
yeah. We're gonna do reverse order.
All right, all right. I'll bring. I gotta bring my deck up because whoo, my deck had a lot of moving
Yeah.
parts, man. That's actually
Whip your
one.
deck.
Actually, start with Ralph because he won. And I gotta get my deck list up on here.
Okay.
Ralph.
Okay. It'll be
He's
real
been
quick.
defeated.
As all my games were real quick.
Oh no,
So,
no, come on. Valk's my girl too. I want this nice and slow.
all right. So
Favorite.
let me savor this because everyone didn't give Valk her due love. She should have been playing it at last year's Gen Con.
It's
She should have
ridiculous.
showed up more. I believe she should have showed up for Midwinter more often instead of just one deck playing it. But she definitely showed up for the side event where there was 3 players playing. Mulholland and PJ was actually playing. I was shocked that someone else thought the same concept. Basically, is Cipher play a bunch of big guys, level on turn 1, turn 2, and go for the alt win. So I went through 5 rounds. Was it 5 rounds? I believe, yeah, 5 rounds.
Mm.
Only round 2 when I played against Midwinter champion, Mr. Keeps, and his Mysterio deck, and I actually had to fight normally because I couldn't. He was just too big for the alt win. I couldn't do. He leveled up on turn 2. I was like, okay, that's a 9 ass. So I just gotta power up and just swing away. And unfortunately for Keeps, he didn't draw any like high drops to get more characters into play. But besides that, all the other games I played ended on turn 1 and turn 2 for the most part.
Ridiculous.
I did play against She-Hulk, so I was like very doubtful about She-Hulk before, and I was like, I didn't know how to play against her. And thinking back and watching the video, because it was against Jason, and I should have never. I had no reason to attack to give the and then get a counter because I knew he was gonna level up on turn 2. So I made it harder for me to do the alt win because they got a counter.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah.
I should have just left them alone. But
Yeah.
now I know.
What
It would have been just 12 attack instead of 14 that I had to do. Luckily for me, I had just enough to get the win on turn 2 against
How
Jason.
did I want to take a step back for just a second? How was it that Sean leveled Mysterio so quickly?
Oh, he played this minutes, turn 1.
Nice.
It's not even funny. Not funny. Not funny. That's
Nice minutes.
how do you?
Hmm.
So he threw Miss Minutes to you with the ability, and then he played a character that KO'd her.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
Popped up. Turn 1. I
Cheers.
was like, okay, leveled
Nice.
immediately. But unfortunately, his hand was just full of like low drops, like one drops and 2 drops. And
No,
for like 6 turns in a row, 'cause I had to just keep hitting him one
What'd
by
you say,
one, one
Jose?
by one.
no, I'm saying like I don't think Miss Minutes. I don't think she dies because of the character. She doesn't. Or I guess he could play a yellow character, but the thing about her is, she says when your opponent plays a special location, she dies.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The special location, not character, special location. He played a while.
Yeah,
Easier
yeah.
to kill.
So just make sure you have 8 wilds in there, and you should reliably be able to KO her.
Oh
He
yeah.
had the wild. He got the level up very consistently.
Mysterio holds a special place in my heart for 2 reasons. One, Spider-Man: Far From Home is an incredible movie. I really enjoyed it. I think Jake Gyllenhaal did a phenomenal job of playing Mysterio. Really,
Mhm.
like hat off to him. Actually, it was funny. Quick side note: I told my kids about the scene at the end where Spider-Man's like going down the what's it, London Bridge, like the upper walkway, like trying to fight the drones and get to Mysterio. I told them about that. I did not show them, and my daughter drew me like a fairly accurate representation of the scene. I was like, I don't know if you're precocious or I gave a bang up account of that scene, but I'm liking what's going on. So there's that. And then I actually like when I won Vegas. That was the card I got, the level 2 Mysterio. I was
Yeah, that was very
this
nice. That was awesome. Yeah.
forever in my house.
Nice.
So let me see. TLDR, Ralph KO'd a bunch of people.
Bunch of people turn around, and then actually had to play Osh in the final round.
Listen.
Listen, I'm sorry, Osh, not my love, but I think I gave you what 2 tries.
Yeah, yeah.
2
We did a best 2 out of 3, and yeah, I want y'all to take a guess at how many turns we played for that best 2 out of 3.
Gosh,
That's
oh
yeah.
gosh.
We played 2 turns total.
It's just
Oh,
it's.
well, poor Mr. Ben on the stream. He's like, and we're done.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we sat down, like we shuffled, and I mulliganed, and then Ralph was like, "Nah, I'm a keep," and I was like, "All right, let's do this." And then he was like, "Yeah, turn when I win." And Ben was like, "All right, pack it up."
Oh my god, Mr. Ben, by the way, is on the stream right now. He said, I walked past the table right as Osh was explaining the Kingpin level up. Kyla did not look happy.
Oh, so here we go. Here's Ralph's deck. If everybody just wants to take a peek at it, he was gracious enough to allow me to share it on stream with him. So basically, if you see Cipher there, yeah, if he gets that, he wins. Like, look at the deck. It's freaking everybody costs 12 and 8. Like, it's bullshit.
Osh to you. How did your day go? The second event.
Listen, I am not good at building for incursion at all because I obviously don't know what cards are incurred. So I'll just go ahead and throw up. This is my deck, right? And if you can tell which card is incurred in here, it's. I'll just give you a hint. It's Namor. I did not realize he was incurred, but
Wait, are we supposed to be seeing your screen,
huh?
or are we
No,
supposed
he's
to be?
throwing it up to the youth.
Yeah, this is to YouTube land. YouTube land. So as you can see, I have it was a very intricate deck that planned on bringing out the zombie masters via either Pixie or actually yeah, it was just Pixie or Hamdall because Hamdall can go and he snatches one of them up and he just plays it because you just pay the cost. Um, and I had shenanigans with Pixie Sing. I had Rescue Armor there. So if you try to get into Moman, Rescue was just like, nah, pause, chill that. And then we had Pixie that was bringing in everybody that had a blue superpower that was worth it. So like every Thor, I had Ragnarok, I had Zombie Thor, and I had 9-drop Thor, and I had 6-drop Thor. They all
Nice.
came out and got to use their blue abilities for free. Um, Namor
Yo,
was
this
in
might be
there.
the
Huh? Go ahead.
this might be the White Russian talking, but why'd you put Namor in there? He's incurred.
Well,
Because it was a blue power. He saw blue, like I'm putting it in
I
there.
did. I saw blue. I was like, yo, he's always a 21
guy in
21. He's always a 21. This is perfect. Yeah, yeah, my bad.
You see,
Um,
you see, you should have took the John tech. Should have put Ultron.
no, you know what I should have did? I should have just put an extra zombie. I should have just put an extra zombie Thor in there. Like, why do I need Namor? That's win more at that point. Because there was one match
Yeah.
where I actually felt bad. I was playing Milhouse Senior. Yeah, sorry, I can't talk. I'm so tired. And he was playing Dormammu, Photo Dormammu. Here, I'll hide this so you guys can see my pretty face. And he was playing Photo Dormammu, but he had Frigga and Supergiant in his deck. So we were going through, and as you guys saw on my deck list, I had Doorman. So what I did to him is I Alcatraz his Frigga, brought her over to my side, Doormander for free.
Oh no.
She
Oh,
turns face up, and now I use her free blue to look at
yeah.
his hand. Looked at his hand, he had Spike Leviathan. I was like, get that out of here. Get that out of here. So I made him discard it and he drew more. And because of the interactions with Alcatraz and Doorman, Frigga stays on my side.
Oh,
Hot tech. Hot tech.
So
Mm-hmm.
so
that,
next turn
that
though,
hurts.
next turn he recruits Supergiant. And he made I think I'm not sure if he did himself or he did me, but I know he did the hand tricks, whatever.
Yeah, mind games.
Yeah, he did the mind games, and then on my turn, I drew the Alcatraz again. So
Oh
Alcatraz
my
him,
god.
and then I blinked him, and when he came back in, I got rid of his hand, and then I friggered him with his own frigger. So he was not happy at all. So he was just like, I think I decked him out before he was able to deck me out, even with Dormammu and everything.
That's the puppet master right there. You call that move the puppet master. That hurts. Gosh.
It was
He gave him a
actually
taste of his own medicine.
that honestly, if he didn't build the deck right, it wouldn't have worked because that's how Dormammu should run, right? Like that's how that photo Dormammu should run. Like not only am I
Yeah.
discarding cards out of your hand, mind games, but I'm also going to remove cards. So like honestly, if
Yeah.
he would have got another maybe 1 or 2 activations of the yellow, he probably would have decked me. Like that's how
Yeah.
crazy it is. So shout out to his deck though, 'cause I really liked his deck. But yeah, I was having fun, man. I don't think I lost. I didn't lose until I went up against the champ, the Midwinter champ, which we learned a day later, and I got Namor out, and they were like, "Oh, Namor's banned," and I was like, "Oh, all right, well, that's my L." Like that was the first L.
Yeah.
But I think I would have got it against him too. He did the hologram thing against me too. Got her out, got the hologram out, recruited a wild, and she blew up. He leveled, but after he leveled, like as soon as he leveled, I got rescue out, and then he couldn't hit me. So after he couldn't hit me, I was able to just set up. I recruited Heimdall. I paid 2 and went to go get Pixie, and then that was it. So
Yeah.
I think I
The
would have
fact
got
that rescues for the turn. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Rescues for the turn.
Rescue is
Ridiculous.
amazing.
Ridiculous.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best. They shouldn't have printed that card, but I'm glad they did. But after that, I had to go up against Ralph, and I don't like, bro. Come on, like turn
Sorry.
one, he had Cipher and Living Tribunal, and then he emptied a hand of blues and a red. I was just like, I didn't even set a resource yet. Like, what yeah, it was. Of course, I really liked your deck, man. It was good shit. I liked it. But
Thank
that's
you,
how
thank
my
you,
day
thank you.
went. Like The first deck I played, Kingpin, supposed to be an open world deck. I played an incursion deck, and then the second deck was supposed to be open world. I played an incurred deck. Like I don't, I don't understand. All right, well, anyway.
Oh my gosh, Jose, tell us how your Worlds Collide went.
Did you play Worlds Collide?
Oh, hell no. I went to my room. I'm like, I never.
You put your blinders on, like let's get dangerous.
I went back up to the room. I went with Diego. I just went to say hi to everyone, see whoever was there. And then I went
Go
back
test
to
it.
my
Go
room.
say hi to nobody.
Called my brother. We talked a little bit. I'm like, these are the decks. This is what we need to focus on. This is what we need to build. Like, nothing here feels right. And so we had a quick conversation. We talked about some stuff. I quickly put together some stuff on VS Code. I sent it to him through text, and then it went just back and forth. And I'm sure we'll get into this, but what's it called? We went back and forth. We finally came up with a list that I'm like, all right, let's see if I could draw this. And then, as I'm sure we'll get to, then the power went out. So I could not draw it. I could not do anything with it. I thought of doing it by phone light, but then I'm like, oh shit, there's no power. I can't recharge my battery. And so that was it for that night for me. And I'm like, well, let's hope this deck plays well enough tomorrow. But yeah,
Did you
no
say?
Worlds.
I think you said like you didn't want to use your phone battery, obviously, because you can't charge it. So do I remember correctly? You were burning Bible pages in the bathroom so you could see your deck that you were constructing. Is that what you had said?
I don't think that was that, but yeah.
Okay,
it, was
all right,
the,
all right.
it was the black
I was
candle he found under the bed. It was the black candle under the bed. That's what he was burning.
By light in the window.
Yeah.
It was romantic.
in the window. Oh my gosh. I was listening to the Apex podcast the other day and they were like, what did they say? They were like, yeah, like if the power didn't come back on, what were we gonna like play in our cars or something like that? I was like, oh my god, that would have been incredible, absolutely incredible. Talk about backseat driving, like the players are playing in the front, D-Rob's in the back, like, yo, you can't do that. Hey, you can't see what you're doing. Hand off the shifter.
You're out your phone outside with a blizzard. Like, oh my god, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Round 2 starting. You're gonna be in the green car. Table
In
1's
the
in the
green
green car.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, good stuff. Right. Speaking of in the main event, the incursion event, let's see. Josh, do you want to talk about what happened? Do you want to talk about your day?
Man, listen. I've it is what it is. I fucked up. I put I put Yondu in the deck, last minute change. I was over in the corner. I was like, yeah, man, I forgot that rescue armor is a thing. I need something for rescue armor. Oh, I got it. Yondu. And I was playing Photo Valk, and I didn't even check to see if he was incurred, and he was. So it is what it is. But I wasn't gonna do anything good that tournament anyway, because first round I went up against what's it called, the 3-drop Galactus. I'm not 3-drop, level 3 Galactus, which is obviously like a hard counter to Valkyries. Yeah,
a hard counter.
and then
That's
the
tough.
second round I went up against Vern again, another hard counter to Valkyrie. He was playing the same deck, so
Oh,
again,
you played Galactus two rounds in a row?
yeah, man. First round I played him, and I misplayed like 4 times. We both misplayed. Like it was the
Dang.
first game of the day, and like we both misplayed a lot. But I misplayed to the point where I just couldn't come back from it. Like that is what it was. He took it was Tevon, right? I played against Tevon, round 1,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
round 2 was against Vern. He was playing the same deck, and yeah, like against Vern, I had it. I was like, oh shit, I got up to 16 on turn 2. I got this.
Yeah.
And then he was
Yeah.
like, stand together. I was like, I forgot this shit was mono. What?
Right there. That's no evil. No evil. Oh my gosh, that
And
is
I
a
was,
kick in the nuts.
it was, and then he tried to, you know what, Vern, you sneaky, because he tried to go. He's like, yeah, my turn too. I was like, nah, Stu, you still take that wound, bro. Like, chill. like you gotta give me the wound after that. But nah, he mollywopped me as soon as he was able to recruit supporting characters. So it is what it is on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then
that destroyed did a lot of work.
yeah.
We briefly talked about this ahead of time. I actually completely forgot that Yondu was incurred. I mentioned to you a couple times, like, maybe you can consider putting Yondu in because he's can counter rescue.
Rescue, yeah.
But yeah, it's we were talking about this before the stream. It's tough with that list, and it's like we appreciate that Upper Deck puts out that list, but it's like we were saying, like, at least separate the illustrated and the photo. It's so hard to read that block of text. It's like taking a test, like a standardized test for college or something like that. It's like the print is like 7's font, and like you're squinting, and like which one is this? If they could if they could separate into illustrated and photo, that would be huge.
Even
Either that or photo. Even like a photo doc of these are the
Photo
cards.
doc, photo doc would be amazing.
facts. I'm working on that though, because I feel like that's something the community needs. So I'm working on making a photo doc of the incurred cards, something that's easily accessible, so you can just go in and be like, oh, this is incurred. I don't have to worry about finding the freaking MFF 002 card that's actually incurred and take it out my deck.
Well, you told me
100%.
when you do the versus, whatever is it called, versus pocket versus.
Yeah.
One of the options is literally you can filter by incurred cards, or you can exclude the incurred cards. That way, when you're building your deck, you're like, oh shit, that's not here.
Yeah, I really like that feature.
Oh yeah,
Shout out
pocket
to all
versus.
the
Shout out to like everybody
Yeah.
who picks that up.
I
Man.
built all my decks on Pocket Verse.
Yeah,
All
me
of
too. Like once we were able to like save the decks, like I immediately had like 30 decks on Pocket Versus. So
Yeah.
shout out.
Like when I post photos of like cards for my blog, yeah, screenshots from Pocket Verse. Shout
Facts.
out. Thank you guys.
Facts. And they keep it up to date,
Yeah,
like real
so
quick. So
Google Galactus, and then what happened?
and then I scooped. No, and then I played Diego. When I played Diego, I like we were going back and forth, I think, and I was just like I had a plan formulated. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and then when I recruit this Yandu, it's gonna reduce him by 1, and I think I have enough to get up to double his, so I'll KO him. All right, so I recruit Yandu, and Diego was like, "Isn't he incurred?" I was like,
What was he playing?
"Bro, I don't even remember. That's how bad it was. That's how bad I
Playing
was. Like I was to the point where, wait, what was he playing?
Rogue.
He was playing Rogue. That's
Oh,
right.
bro.
That's right. Yeah, it was a slugfest, man. I now remember, like, we were going back and forth at each other, and like, I would have had it, but he leveled up to level 2, I think, on like turn 2 or something like that, and I was like, damn, I don't think I can get that high. That's why I needed the Yandu. I needed the Yandu to lower his defense, and that was just a bad call on my part. It would have been a 2-drop heal character, so I could play like dark and stuff like that, but oh well, it was a really good match. In all honesty, I don't know if I would have won against him, but like that incurred card, that just it is what it is.
Yeah,
After
messes
that,
you up.
I was just like morally defeated, so I I just told D Rob to drop me, and I actually I went home. Like I just I wasn't out of it, man. It was a long weekend. I had got some really bad news before. Nothing about Sarah, so like she's good. But then I just I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna go home. I left maybe at like 3 hours after that. My flight was at like 5:30. So
Hey man, you had some stuff happen to you, and there's nothing wrong. I sent you a message to this, like life sucker punched you, and you needed to catch your breath, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ralph's gonna tell us about his main event experience.
Yeah, all right. My main event experience was living vicariously through Mr. Ben playing my Deadpool deck. And it was fun watching him figure the deck out and surprisingly kick some butt for 3 rounds in a row. He was one win away from top 8, and then from rounds 4 to 6, it just crashed and burned from there. It just shit the bag. He played against I think a Galactus deck, which is a bad matchup. Then he played.
Yeah.
I forgot what the last match he played against Mitch, which in my opinion the matchup was more favorable for him. But Mitch is Mitch. He drew those hot blue cards.
Mitch is
And
always
just
drawing the hotness, bro.
he drew those hot blue cards and he stopped the alt win. And then he is playing against Mr. Keeves, Midwinter champion, and I think he would have had a shot, but you know what was the Achilles heel? Keeb had a good book, and so
What?
he had he had a good book. So
Yeah.
it slowed him down big time. He had plot twists to go through his board to stun the whole board, but he had to go through good books. So he had to waste like spooks and whatnot. So because of that, he went 3-3, but bad pairings. But he did good. I think the deck
Good.
performed well for the most part.
Yeah, that's actually really
It
good.
was,
Like, I'm sorry.
okay.
No, I was just gonna say, like, he had no practice with the deck. Ralph handed him the deck
Exactly.
literally 2 minutes before
Mhm.
he was supposed to sit down and play against his match, and he figured it out. He was 2-0 after I was 0-2. I was like, bro, like, let's switch decks real quick. Nah, but shout out to Ben. Yeah,
It's
it
funny.
takes a good player to do that.
I did not know that you gave him your deck. I thought that Mr. Ben had independently come up with this deck. I was like, this is some crazy shit. Like, these guys had a grudge match back in the day, and it's like an Agent Smith and Neo thing. Like, they're like joined on some level now. They're in each other's heads. I was like, I was in freaking Asia at the time, and I remember like I think I woke up in the middle of it, and I was like, holy shit! This like I gotta talk to Ralph about how could this happen.
Hey, shout out to Ben, man. Good job with that, honestly.
Nah,
Yeah.
he definitely held it down. But it was great too, like because Mr. Ben originally just wanted to stream, so he got the best of both worlds. He got to play and stream the top eight. So it was good. It was good for him that he got a little taste of everything. So I'm sure he had a great time.
That's what's up.
Jose, all right, listen. I'm gonna take the jacket off so Brian Danielson can fully come out now. Now I want to hear about Mr. Fantastic's day.
Let me get his deck. So go ahead. I got your deck on the screen, Jose, so you can go
Oh,
over.
you know what? You start talking. I gotta like this is done. I'm gonna crack another one just for this.
Right?
You got to get two. You got to bust like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Jose, you know, like last time, the Buena Vesa.
So just luck. I mean, it's Mr. Fantastic. Honestly, what the guy is, it's his inventions. His inventions are what makes him good. So I gave that a shot. Just to go through the really quick recap on the round, see if I can remember who I went against. Round one was Jason. He was playing Ghost. And as soon as I saw Ghost, I knew exactly what was going to happen, and I was like, "Oh shit, he might have Zombie Stillman with a combi stick." And I'm like, "So I'm going to do something unusual. I'm going to get very defensive." I got the weapon, put it on defense. It was not enough. He did have the combi stick, and he had some plot twist. Gave me the virus early, but it did cost him a lot to do that. And just slowly, I was able to just get back into it. Because he was at a card deficit, I was able to clutch it at that point. But that was definitely scary, and I was definitely playing against the clock there.
Did he draw any reds against you?
I think he drew one, I want to
One
say. I think it was
Yeah.
one, right.
Yeah, because that's the scary part against Ghost. When he draws multiple reds, it's scary,
Yeah.
especially if you're infected.
I'm Jason is a friend of mine, and like he and I text about this. Like he actually meant like I texted him a congrats afterwards, like 500 record and stuff. And he actually was like, he's like my match with Jose, I felt like it was close, and so as a small gift to him, Jose, was there a little bit of sweat? Were you sweating just a little bit when he drops reds and he infects you early?
So, all right, so let's do this. Let's add a little fun spice to this one. Different kind of spice, the good kind of spice. So, I think he would have had me, or at least would have been a little bit closer. It was close already, but it would have even been more of a nail biter. I think with the one red he had, it was like turn 2 or 3. He used it on Mr. Fantastic. If he used it on Automaton, that might have cost me the game. Because I could not get past
Zombie Stillman.
Stillman.
Yep.
If you think about it, who does Mr. Fantastic normally have on 3? So if he would have just pay the red on Automaton, Mr. Fantastic can't stun anyone. And I have plot twist and I was able to stun his board. But because he did that on Mr. Fantastic, Automaton was able to kill Stillman, and then I was able to play other guys on 3, which let me kill his main. So I think that was a big thing I noticed in the match. I was like, I saw him with the red, and I'm like, please don't call automaton, please. And then he called Mr. Fantastic, and then I'm
Oh my gosh.
that was the only guy with range I
You
had.
put the mind juju in there. You just like put it into the universe.
Yeah.
Well, I said this
Well,
before, man. Zombie Stiltman
automaton.
is dangerous. Like he is so good, and he like
Yeah.
people just don't understand how good he is. He's probably about to be incurred, but he's just really good, especially
There's
in
like
Yeah,
multiplayer.
he's dangerous to the point that he could almost unseat Darkwing Duck as our mascot.
Hey,
yeah. This
Yeah.
this format was a lot of reading, and there were so many, I think, little mess ups that anyone could have had happen if you
Mhm.
don't like read every little power. And I guess one of the things that I probably didn't really talk about the deck, but one of the things I was banking on, and I told multiple people, I'm like, if I play Mr. Fantastic, this is my strategy. I'm just gonna play a whole bunch of shit and hope that people misread the numbers. Between Alicia Masters, 4-drop Daredevil, Machine, Lady Deathstrike, I guess +2/+2 in melee, like people were misreading that all day, and they were like attack or this, and then I'm like, and then like nothing would happen or they would stun stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, even stuff like Zombie Stillman, if you're not careful about that, like and you try to attack someone with like melee, you're gonna be like, oh crap, I can't kill him. So that was game one. It was a good game. Game two, I played Mr. Midwinter 2024, Mr. Keebs, and I think that was him. And I got first, and I said, here's what I'm just gonna try to do. I'm just gonna try to play automaton and just swing at him every single turn. I did. I played her, kept swinging every turn, and then I remember on turn 5, I just had the green with the negative zone, flipped them back up, typed him twice that turn, and that was game. On top of that, I do remember that at one moment, I attacked somehow, and he played the +4/+4 in response, I think on his zombie angel, but it wasn't enough. I think he forgot about machine or something else, and so it was just essentially a waste for him. And
Mhm.
that's the strategy. It works, right? My mistake probably was telling him that that was my strategy because my man Keith learned from that, and in the finals was super focused.
He was
He did
like,
not
"No, I'm
make
gonna
a
count
mistake.
every single point of defense and
Absolutely.
attack."
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was I mean, taking it back to Vegas for just a second. That's what happened with Ralph and me. We faced each other in like the what is it the end of Swiss, and he beat me. And he was like, "Listen, man, in the Valk mirror, I think you got to go second." I was like, "Cool." And then we faced each other in top 8, and I had priority. I was like, "I think I'm gonna go second, bitch."
That's true.
He wrecked me. Totally
Valk
wrecked
Mirror,
me.
you absolutely go second,
That was
bro.
so funny. Go on, though. Okay, sorry.
I ain't telling you tech anymore.
So round 3, I played Scott. I forget what his last name. Not Scott C, but Scott W. Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to
So
Scott.
he was playing Franklin Richards, and I've said it before. I do not want to play in any universe where that thing exists, and I do not ever want to build an 180 card decks. I don't care if he's broken. I will refuse to play rather than play that. So that shit was scary because I knew if he leveled up, I'd be in trouble. So the first few turns, I just attacked. I made sure I underdropped so I could guys with smaller names I didn't level. Finally played Senior Citizen Sam Jackson and kept paying the red for like 3 turns in a row. I'm like, you can't level, you can't level, you can't level. So essentially, I was able to kill him, and I think the same thing: 5 turns, pay the green negative zone, flip him back up, do dual wounds. So some miracle, I was 3-0. Because of y'all know about our last podcast, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, people gunning for good old LGD. And on top yeah, on top of that, I have a deck that I have been play testing. So I've been telling people all week, I was getting prepared for it. I'm like, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. I'm like, and I already know. I'm like, all the vids, the shit talking is gonna come afterwards. And I was like, that's fine. It's all in good fun. But at this moment, I'm like, I'm 3-0. I'm like, there's a chance I might top 8 this. Oh shit. So next round 4 was
10
Cell.
rounds. 10.
Um, against him, for some reason, I could never draw good. I think when I played him at Worlds, my hand was horrid with Mystique. which I didn't care at that moment because I was like 5-0. I remember I'm like, I'm in no matter what, so that's fine. And then Ohio, my hand against, I know I played him, I think round 2 in Ohio. My hand against him was good, and his hand was, I don't know if as good, but it was at least a back and forth, and I was able to win that. I won this one. He was playing Galactus, and I'm like, okay, I got one red. Let me pull out. I have a few turns to do setup. He was doing Galactus Mono. And I'm like, let me pull out Valeria with I'll hopefully draw more reds. And I did not see another red for like 7 turns or 6 or 7 turns, something like that. So
Wow.
with drawing 2 plus drawing 2 per turn plus Valeria for like 3 turns that she was out before she died, could not see another damn red. And I'm just like, this
That's
is
crazy.
it's bad, yeah. And then he had Sheet Thing, which was a good 2-drop, of course, and he just kept having the plot twist, you know. So yeah, it was just a loss. You know, what can you do?
I got
Um,
10 minutes before Sarah comes in and cuts it off.
well, 10 minutes. All right, so we're gonna go speed through this. Next one, I played Scott. He was playing Mr. Fantastic Ditto. He went first. I went second. He had Valeria. I don't think I did. He just drew way too many cards and I couldn't. I lost that. It's a good game. Last one, I played Mike Milholland. He was playing the mayor. I was worried about the token. The token never came out. I planned for 60 points of attack because I have no idea what any of these cards in this game is
Oh, wow.
apparently.
Explain how you got
Oh.
60 points. Explain how you was able to get 60 points of attack. Explain.
It was 4 different people. It was Mr. Fantastic, Sheet Thing, Valeria Richards, and Fake Spawn. What's the 2-drop Night Watch? And then they all had the Daredevil +2. I think Alicia might have been in the back row. And so I attacked with everyone. She Thing went in with a +10.
Yeah.
And I thought it's the Buffy team that has the day. So I thought she was going to get days. So everyone else combined was like a grand total of what? Like 7 and 4, 11. And then he was at least 4, so 15. There was something else I had there. I don't remember exactly what. No, they're
I think
no. So
the
there were
biggest
6 Daredevil.
attack I've ever seen.
That is a
60
big
damn.
ass attack, bro.
I went. I mean, I had
Oh,
like
that's why I'm like, yo, what you
5,
play?
6 turns. Yep. All I wanted to do was block the Luke so he doesn't get a second health, and then I just planned for like I think it was like 55, 60 total, and I thought that spell. And then this is how badly I didn't know my deck. I completely forgot I took out the 3-drop Leviathan. So every turn I'm like 3-drop Leviathan, no. 3-drop Leviathan, no. I'm like,
I literally
and
told you to put that in your deck. I was like, yo, the 3-drop Leviathan is auto win against the zombies.
as I said, it's I had so many different very like things with that. Like I had like a whole bunch of Leviathans in the deck the night before. I didn't like it, and it is what it is. So I was able to clutch that one out. Got lucky, hit the top 8. Played against Scott, and listening to what the Buckeyes said I think they had one of their podcasts. I think the matchup is not zombies versus non-zombies. I don't think that's what makes the matchup. It's whoever draws the most reds, whoever can get out and maintain Valeria, and including that machine. Like I don't think the zombies were definitive in that matchup. I think it really is Reds, Valeria, and then if you can machine. I think that really decides the matchup. But yeah, no, the Reds are huge. So
I'm just sorry. I'm just taking a picture of Ralph sitting like a supervillain. Keep going.
long short,
Latino like Luther over there.
right? He went first both games, and I forget the first game. I think he drew slightly less, but I forgot I was able to make the comeback. Because
So you drew more reds in that matchup then, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second game, he didn't draw a single red for like 5 turns, and I just drew like 3 or 4. And I'm like, yeah, that was just bad luck for him. He literally had to put face down cards every single turn. That's just,
That's
it
rough.
happens. Mr. Mistake can't fail. So that was unfortunate for him. Top 4, I had to play against Mitch. Yeah, this man was 6-0. He's playing Sinister Six. I'm like, what in the blue hell could it be in that deck? I took a quick look at his list, and it is a deck because Florida regional. 2 years ago, I really wanted to play Sinister Six, so I knew the deck. I knew those guys inside and out. I just kind of
Hey, Topic.
planned every single one of his MCs in my hand, depending on what he would bring out. The first game was really close. The second game, not as close. I think I was just stable. Every time he attacked, I would make sure there's a double stun. So he just kept having to bring in new people, and I just kept being aggressive. Finally, I remember the first game. I think he got the virus on me, and he had Venom MC, and then he ran his Venom into one of my guys, so it was face down during my turn. I was like, oh hell no! Use the negative zone, bring it back up, attack him with Mr. Fantastic.
Crashed it back, man.
Exactly. So he took the extra one. I didn't. Right. And that game was still close to the first one. The second game was, as I said, wasn't as close. I think I just was able to get an early lead and just stick with it. And then at the end of it, he tried the rescue armor, which I had a Banshee. I Bansheed his Sandman, so he loses the armor. Then I negative zoned him back up and attacked him. And that was it. I felt like Thanos.
Negative Zone definitely came in the clutch in that match.
Yo, Negative Zone is about to get incurred, bro, because it's meant to be like late game. The fact that you can bring it out turn 1 now.
But listen, we don't know how they incur it. Are they going to incur the card only, or are they going to incur the entire pile?
I don't think they can incur the.
People have discussed this. It's like if you like for every time someone includes Negative Zone, they also include automaton, weapon, machine. Like every time it's all of those. So are you gonna like? They haven't been basing it on play. They've been basing it on like slots in decks. So I think it was Earl who had mentioned that like if you're going to incur one invention, you kind of have to incur them all because they're always included together. So shooting from the hip, don't think they're going to incur any inventions.
Well, I think the problem with incurring inventions is that they have to incur one of each type or something like that, right? So if they incur an invention, they're only going to incur one. So I think it's like whatever was most played and then whatever was most influential. So if we're going to say that,
Yeah.
it has to be Negative Zone. If it's going by the most played, then you're right. Like the original 4 have to be in every single invention pile. So.
So now we're in the finals, and Jose. So some things I like the 3 quick things. I know Osh's on the clock. He's got like 30 seconds. And I've got about 30 seconds of full sobriety left. I want to know the way when you lose a match, like when people lose matches, it's for one of 3 reasons. 1, they built better. 2, they played better. Or 3, they drew better. Which of those 3, possibly a combination of all 3, came into play with this match? Please tell me how it went, but I would love to kind of like touch on those notes.
What was the first one?
They built better, they played better, they drew better.
So I wouldn't say for the finals. I wouldn't say it was built better. I'd say both of us had different variation decks. They had zombies. I chose non-zombies. And that surprisingly mine I know what changes I would make mine, but it's it's hindsight, which is irrelevant at this point. But so I want to say it was built better. It was built differently. Both were really good decks. Obviously, his took the W. He definitely drew. I think better. He definitely drew well, but on top of that, he played very well. As this man. This man came in with like laser focus, and I'm like, oh shit! Like you can kind of tell once you sit with someone. This man was focused. He did not mess stuff up. He was just playing on point every single turn. So, yeah, I mean, I tried. Game 1, it was a blowout. It wasn't even close. Game 2, he actually gave me a virus, and that is, well, consider it for a tip for anyone. That can sometimes getting the virus instead of a curse. Sometimes it's a blessing. Because I was so far behind that was literally the only way I was going to get back in. To the point, I could be wrong. I don't think he had a red left in his hand, but to the last turn, like it was such a deficit in wounds to the last turn that I was actually going to make a comeback and actually even steal the second game if he didn't have that last red. And again, I don't know if he drew it. I think he drew it, but I could be wrong on that. If he didn't have that, he would have literally taken a wound from Virus that turn. And then the next turn, I had more than enough on my board to kill him. Because I think people were asking, what's it called? They were like, hey, we saw you had a red. Why didn't you go for negative zone and then play Blastar? And I'm like, no, that actually would have been incorrect. I needed him to be 5-5 because if I got negative zone, that would have made Blastar 10-10. The problem with that is I had unstable molecules in my hand, which means he can run Mr. Fantastic into me. And Unstable just says, you can't strike me. But Blastar would have been able to strike him back and he would have stunned, which means I couldn't have wound excel him on my turn. So
Yeah.
I needed all my guys to be under 7 attack so he can't run his guys. So that was my only shot. But as I said, whether he drew it or had it, my man, he had the red. And that was it. That was game. I'm just gonna say, I could not be happier for the man. I could not be happy for Keeps. I'm like, Tops, you deserved it. Even in the last podcast, I did say the 3 people that I thought have really good year ahead of them if they just focus. And it is Keep, it is Tavon, both of them top 8, and even Ralph. He didn't top 8, but he was 9th, and he had a 4-2 record. And I don't know, he had an interesting rogue deck. So Miss Marvel. So yeah, the man earned it. And I'm so happy for it until I realized after. I'm like, I almost three-peated it. I almost hit the trifecta. I won Worlds. I won the last regional I played. And I could have won Midwinter. All 3 of those could have been wins. And then just Midwinter, Keep just, nah, bro.
Yeah, he smacked you.
So close to having that trifecta. And I
was
didn't even
stuck
realize until I went
in
home.
the corner with a W.
Yep.
Quick, just not to get on too much a side note. You said Ralph was playing Miss Marvel. Wasn't Ralph playing Dormammu?
No, he's playing Dormammu.
Jamar was playing
Oh,
Dormammu.
Jamar was playing Dormammu. Yeah. Ralph was playing.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Big
Mad
facts.
Scientist was playing Dormammu. Yo, I realized this at Delaware. I think Ralph realizes at Delaware. I don't know if you two know this, Osh and Jose. Ralph and Jamar are not twins.
Really?
Although they're
You thought-
mistaken quite often as
Really?
twins.
No,
Yeah.
they're brothers. They're years apart. Literally years apart. It's crazy. Listen, ladies and gentlemen,
That's some good genes,
I'm a
bro.
physician. I'm a medical professional, and this boggles my fucking mind that these guys are not twins. If you put a gun to my head and we're like, I will murder you if you call this wrong, I'd be like, they came out of the womb at the same time. They are twins.
Wow, that's crazy. I definitely thought they were twins. I always assumed they
Yep.
were.
Yeah.
They look so different. You can tell age on them. I don't know how. How do you guys think they're twins? But okay.
Hey, bro, you need glasses.
I'm glad that Osh agrees with me. Otherwise, people would call me racist. But they look the same. They look the same.
Yeah, you're right. All black people look alike. Anyway,
I'm not saying that. To be clear, I am not saying that.
We will send Patrick to LGD sensitivity training.
no, but unfortunately, I am getting the band hammer from the pregnant girlfriend. So, we will have to chat about Sunday because I know Ralph, you played on Sunday, right?
Yeah, I did.
D-Rob smacked everybody up. Didn't he? Did he go undefeated on Sunday, or did he get like 1 loss?
We went undefeated all the way into the final round, and I was paired up against him. I was 3-1 against him while he was 4-0, and I got the win off him. So we were both 4-1 at the end of that. But he got the W for the event for coming in first.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. You had a better record. So shout out to that man. We've discussed this before. D-Rob is a force to be reckoned with, and like if they ever let the chains of the tester off him,
He's winning.
if he could play in these main events, good God,
Yeah,
would it be
no.
gross?
There's nothing we can do. This man is a mastermind. He takes these MCs that have literally no potential whatsoever, and he just breaks them. Yeah, no
Literally
thank you.
breaks them.
Yeah, no thank you. I don't want to fade it. I don't want to see
Literally
that man
breaks
in the
them.
main tournaments. Sorry, D-Rob.
Every time I played against him, I'm always scared.
Yeah,
Always,
facts.
always,
Facts.
always.
I
There's
never.
no
He
free
played
wins with
against
him. You gotta
in
work. You gotta work.
Ralph, you're gonna appreciate this. Quarantine Cup 3, all right? I had Dark Phoenix. This man had Norin Rad. Anyone would like give me better odds. Anyone. I was sweating bullets. I was ramping the fucking back, and he was making me work for it. It was
Yeah.
crazy how close it was, given like the disparity in the MCs.
He's just that kind of a player, man. Like that's shout out to everybody over there at Buckeye, man. I don't know if you've ever played against anybody at Buckeye, but they always make you sweat for no damn reason. Say, oh, you're
Mhm.
playing a tier 17 MC. I got this in the bag. Why are we on turn 10 and I'm on my last wound? Like it
Yep.
doesn't make any sense. But anyway,
Like surprise.
I want to give a quick shout out to Pete for running Midwinter. Peter, I don't think anybody really like helps him. I'm not sure. I think he does it solo dolo. Shout out to Ben for streaming the whole weekend. Bro kept the game alive. Thank you, appreciate you. Shout out obviously to D-Rob for being judge the entire weekend, calling me out.
hmm
Just shout out to everybody that came through too. Is Midwinter doesn't happen without us showing up. Traveling during the blizzard, as you guys said, we all like the power went out. We were all sharing our portables, stuff like that. So shout out to the community too, just for being chill, just being cool. So coming through the pipeline, we got a few things. First and foremost, Let's Get Dangerous is going to be well, I should say, yeah, Let's Get Dangerous. It's coming up with a ranking system. It's going to be an official ranking system for all the UDE sponsored events. So we're going to start with 2024. So Sean, you are ranked number 1 right now, obviously, because you won Midwinter. Congratulations, bro. I'm going to see if I can work on getting some of the past tournaments in there and ranked as well. Um, then we're also, like I said, I'm going to do the incursion ban list photo version. So we're gonna get that posted up on the build. I can't even talk right now. I'm
Who's
so
it?
fucking tired. Blues
Blues Effect
Effect.
blog. I got you. I
Blues
got you. I
Effect
got you.
blog. Say that 3 times fast. I bet you can't do it.
Blues Effect
Anyway,
blog. Blah, blah, blah.
yeah. See, and yeah, we're gonna see us in Buckeye. We just had the Buckeye draft for their season 11 for the new format, Enemy of My Enemy, which is basically just zombies.
I'm so hyped for this. So hype.
You
So
guys,
hype.
I am
I got my
I am
favorite
equal.
MC. I love Ultimate Universe. Ultimate
I
Spider-Man.
I
Let's
can't
go.
believe it got to my
Ultimate,
turn and I
ultimate,
completely whiffed on Magneto. I was like, yeah, no copy. Oh, yeah, but
Yeah, you should have got Magneto.
ultimate,
You could have copied
the
every
ultimate
time.
universe is the best. Ralph, I'm right there with you. Absolutely the best universe in Marvel. It is amazing.
Facts.
Quick thing before I forget it in my drunken stupor. Right now, D-Rob, it's judge and jury. But if they ever took the testing reins off him, he'd become D-Rob Judge Dredd and become judge, jury, and executioner.
facts, facts. If they ever took the reins off of D-Rob, he like automatically starts in top 8. Like that's just what it is. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
yeah.
scared of
He's
that
like, I'm
man.
just gonna slide right into top 8. Relax.
Wait for the rest of you guys to pop up. All right, let's go ahead and if you guys want to give any shout outs or anything, let's wrap it up a little bit. Let's start with Jose. Let's start with Mr. Mr. Top 8 ever since he's been on the scene.
Hmm. Top 4, thank you very much. I think I've actually in the last few years
Like, correct yourself.
I've 4.
This man
So
touches gold.
I'll take it. Why not? Shout outs to the community more than anything. Shout outs to Peter running the tournament and anyone who helped him. Shout outs to D-Rob. I think honestly the only people really I play tested with this tournament was you, Ash. I know us as LGD we have like open communication, but like actual play testing, I think it was only Ash, you, and D-Rob, and I just honestly like had a lot of fun obviously playing and talking with you guys, but like with D-Rob and just, well, I mean, we played probably like 6 or 7 games total, but like we had just a lot of fun conversations. So I really just, again, enjoying that more of the community. Again, enjoy everyone in the community, just people at Midwinter getting to sit down and have dinner with Apex or having breakfast with Diego, John Phillips, and Scott Watson. It was just so many. It's always, I'm all about the people here. Love the Buckeyes. They're awesome. Always awesome to
Facts.
see and talk and hang out with. And just another congrats to Sean.
Big up,
Mr.
big up.
Key,
Boop,
but
boop,
it's
boop, boop.
well deserved. And I am angry because you ruined my trifecta. But again, beautifully well deserved, my man. And top of the props to you. I mean, again, you took down teammates, you took down LGD, you took down Big Three, you took down a whole slew of people to get to, that victory. So you super well deserved.
Facts, facts, facts. Ralph, my man's.
All right, I'll do it quick. Shout out to the community. Shout outs to I just want to just call him out outright because it took a while for him and I to like really make like get cool with each other. So cause I was like, my past history was really bad, and he wasn't too fond, and he was very vocal about that. But Jason, thank you for accepting me and accepting my friendship and giving me a chance to spend time with you, hang out with you at Midwinter. It was really fun. We had good times, good games. I had fun with everyone there, but I just wanted to give you specifically a shout out for giving me that chance to befriend me.
Get the
Also,
fuck out of
shout
here.
outs. I know,
I
I
heard
know.
it in your voice.
No, but for real. Jason, thank you, I appreciate that. Shout outs to Upper Deck for making the game to love. As you see, I'm a big fan, old and new verses. As you see, got a bunch of memorabilia back there. But again, I'm going to say, as I always say at every stream, every time I ask, shout outs to Beats. Everyone knows my situation going on with Upper Deck and the banning, and he's doing his part. And I'm just hopefully waiting for some good news on his end when he speaks to the legal team. And pretty much that's it. And I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right, that's what's up. What's up? Free my boy Ralph. Uh, Pat, I know you weren't at the tournament, but you're here. What's up?
Let's see. First and foremost, shout out to my wife who tolerates me being a part of this community. Shout out to the community. Shout out to Brian Danielson, the goat. And shout out to you guys. Honestly, it's so much fun being a part of it. It's so much fun hanging out with you guys, playing with you guys, theory, testing the whole 9 yards. Shout out to the other teams who showed up and put on a show. Shout out to shout out to Apex for all their Buckeye for all their content and throwing out the Buckeye League. Shout out to Mitch, the man who sees the Matrix. I love you all.
Facts, big facts, and I don't know if I'm glad you said his name because Mitch made these. I don't know if you could see them. They are
Yep.
Yes, yes, those
Mitch
are
made these right here.
nice.
I don't know if you could see that.
Mitch, thank you again, brother. Thank you again for those.
So like I
Yes.
I
got
literally
all teams for that,
I
and
literally have 2% power left, so I might unexpectedly cut out. But shout out to Mitch for showing us how we can 3D print the frames for the big cards. Oh my goodness gracious!
and this is the zombify. So when your character gets zombie, you can put it on your side of on the card to mark it for zombie. Shout out to Mitch, bro. If you guys want them, like, hit up Mitch. I think he's selling them now. He brought a bunch of them to Midwinter to give out for tests. But shout out to Mitch. And yeah,
Jose, didn't you buy the bag from Mitch?
Yeah, he had like 20 left, and I just bought them out from him, and I just gave one to everybody.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Shout out to Jose for
This guy,
hooking the community
look
up
at
and
this
taking
guy,
one for the team.
the Gen Con champion, giving back to the community. No big deal.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Shout out to Jose and Mitch.
yeah,
Thank you
right.
guys.
Appreciate you guys for real, man. Because they're, they, I don't think the little paper things that they give us in the sets, they're working out. So we need alternatives, and that's a really good alternative. Mitch has
Yeah,
them
definitely,
going on
definitely.
there. Anyway, I'm about to fall asleep. So as you know, Let's Get Dangerous is always here to chat, always here to talk. Shout out to literally every single person that's in this community because without y'all, we wouldn't have a game. And at the end of the day, hopefully you guys we keep playing and we free my homie Ralph so we can start playing in Gen Con. Get LGD to win again, baby. And that's
Last thing again, shout out to my kids, to Ralph's kid, and to Osh's onboard kid, and to Jose's future kids.
Hey.
Hey.
And as always, like and subscribe. Deuces.
Wait, one final shout out if you haven't done it.
Wait. We're back. All right, what'd you say?
Now I said one final shout out to my brother because I said I played with you, I played with D-Rob, but then like I actually played with him 2 days before I left for Midwinter. And if I don't give him a shout out, they're gonna not hear about it. And
Yeah, he's gonna beat you up.
He'll kick your ass.
So, and then he helped me obviously the night before just through text, just put something together. So